If you're over 70 and struggling with sleep, you might have been told it's just a normal part of aging, but that's not entirely true, and believing it could be what's keeping you up at night. New research is challenging this outdated idea, revealing that sleep troubles aren't something you just have to accept. In fact, there are simple, natural ways to get better rest without relying on medications. In this video, we're sharing 4 powerful foods that are helping seniors fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and even wake up feeling more alert and focused. These aren't hard-to-find superfoods or expensive supplements, just everyday ingredients that could make a real difference in your sleep quality. And number 3, it's getting a lot of attention because it acts like melatonin, but it's all natural. No pills, no grogginess, just real results. So if you're ready to take back your nights and start feeling refreshed again, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more natural health tips that really work. Got a sleep struggle of your own or a natural remedy that's helped you? Drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear what's worked for you and keep the conversation going. Number 1, kiwi, the sleep fruit you've been ignoring. Carol, a 74-year-old retired teacher, used to believe that sleepless nights were just part of aging. Every night was the same routine, tossing and turning for hours, staring at the ceiling, and waking up groggy and unrested. She tried everything from warm milk to late-night walks, but nothing seemed to help her get the deep sleep she craved. Frustrated and exhausted, she finally brought it up during a routine visit to her doctor, expecting little more than the usual suggestions. But instead of prescribing medication or recommending yet another sleep aid, her doctor offered an unexpected tip. Eat 1 kiwi about an hour before bed. Carol was skeptical. After all, how could a piece of fruit do what nothing else had? Still, with nothing to lose, she stopped by the grocery store on the way home and picked up a few ripe kiwis. That night, she followed the advice and waited to see if anything changed. To her surprise, she felt a bit calmer as she settled into bed. The next morning, she realized she had actually slept through most of the night. No tossing, no restlessness. Encouraged, she kept up the kiwi habit. By the end of the week, she was sleeping a solid 7 hours each night and waking up refreshed. It felt like she had turned back the clock on her sleep struggles, without pills or grogginess. What Carol didn't know at first is that kiwi is more than just a tasty snack. It's packed with natural compounds that can actually help your body relax and get ready for sleep. Kiwis are rich in serotonin, a neurotransmitter that helps regulate your body's sleep cycle, and they also contain antioxidants that support the production of melatonin, the hormone that signals your body when it's time to rest. This combination works gently with your system, helping you fall asleep naturally. Now Carol swears by her nightly kiwi. It's become her favorite part of the evening, not just because it tastes good, but because it works. She shares her discovery with friends, amazed that something so small and simple could make such a big difference. For her, the fuzzy little fruit didn't just improve her sleep. It gave her back her energy, her mornings, and her peace of mind. Number 2, almonds. Magnesium-packed sleep support. Frank had always been an early riser, but not by choice. After retiring from his career as an engineer, he looked forward to finally getting the rest he'd been missing during his long working years. But no matter how tired he felt, he would wake up every night around 3 a.m. His mind would race, and sleep would drift further away the longer he stared at the ceiling. He tried changing his routine, cutting out caffeine, even meditation apps. Nothing seemed to help. The nights felt endless. One evening during a conversation with an old friend, someone mentioned how certain foods could naturally help with sleep. Frank wasn't sold on the idea at first. He wasn't into fads or supplements. But what caught his attention was something simple: almonds. The idea of a natural, everyday snack helping with something as frustrating as sleeplessness seemed too easy. Still, he figured he had nothing to lose. So that night, he added a small handful of almonds to his evening routine. Over the next few nights, something changed. The 3 a.m. wake-up calls became less predictable. Sometimes he'd wake up but fall back asleep quickly. Other times he wouldn't wake up at all until morning. Curious, Frank began to read more about why almonds might be helping. He discovered they're packed with magnesium, a mineral that plays a quiet but powerful role in calming the nervous system. It helps the muscles relax and brings down stress levels, making it easier for the body to stay in a state of rest. Another thing Frank learned was that almonds could help balance cortisol, the stress hormone that often spikes in the early morning hours and jolts people awake. By keeping cortisol in check, his body wasn't triggering those abrupt wake-ups anymore. It wasn't magic, and it didn't happen overnight, but there was a noticeable shift. He started to look forward to his nightly routine, not dreading another restless night. Now his nights feel longer in the best way. The kind of deep, uninterrupted sleep he used to dream about has become more normal than rare. All it took was a few almonds before bed, a small act that brought a big change. Frank doesn't claim it's a cure-all, but he knows one thing for sure. Some of the best solutions are the simplest, especially when they come straight from nature. Number 3, tart cherry juice, nature's nightcap. Harold, 78, used to lie awake for hours, staring at the ceiling, dreading the long night ahead. Sleep had become a battle he couldn't win. No matter how tired he felt, his mind wouldn't quiet down, and his body ached from inflammation that worsened at night. Like many people his age, he had tried everything from warm milk to over-the-counter sleep aids, but nothing worked for long. He was beginning to think deep, restful sleep was something he'd never experience again. That all changed when he came across a mention of tart cherry juice in a magazine at his doctor's office. It sounded too simple to be effective, a fruit juice that could help with sleep. Still, he was curious. The article explained that tart cherries contain a natural source of melatonin, the hormone that helps regulate sleep cycles. Unlike synthetic melatonin supplements, this was completely natural and also packed with antioxidants. With nothing to lose, Harold decided to give it a try. He started sipping a small glass about 2 hours before bedtime. The first few nights felt calmer, as if his body was beginning to ease into rest more naturally. By the end of the week, he noticed something surprising. He was sleeping longer, not just falling asleep faster, but staying asleep through the night. He wasn't waking up at 3 a.m. like before, and the tossing and turning had faded. For the first time in years, he woke up feeling genuinely rested. What surprised him even more was how his body felt. The usual stiffness in his joints had started to ease. Tart cherry juice, it turns out, doesn't just support sleep. It also has anti-inflammatory properties that help the body repair and recover during the night. So Harold wasn't just sleeping better, his body was actually healing while he slept. That sense of relief and renewal carried into his days, giving him more energy and a clearer mind. Now drinking his tart cherry juice has become a comforting nightly ritual. There's no dramatic buildup, no struggle, just a quiet, dependable way to transition into sleep. For Harold, it's not a miracle cure. It's something better, a gentle, natural aid that works with his body, not against it. Each night, as he sips his glass and winds down, he knows rest is on its way. Not forced, not artificial, but deeply welcome. Number 4, turkey, more than just a holiday nap hack. Every Thanksgiving, people joke about how turkey makes them sleepy, but there's actually some science behind that post-dinner drowsiness. Turkey contains tryptophan, an amino acid that helps your body produce melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep. While many think you need a huge holiday meal to feel the effects, the truth is that just a small portion of turkey can do the trick. It's a natural way to ease your body into rest mode. No fancy supplements needed. You don't have to wait for a big family gathering or a stuffed plate to tap into turkey's calming powers. A simple slice or two, when paired with whole grain bread, becomes a comforting, sleep-friendly snack. The whole grains help your body absorb the tryptophan more effectively, creating a gentle nudge toward relaxation. It's like sending your brain a quiet message that it's time to wind down. May, an 82-year-old who struggled with restless nights, discovered this little secret a few years ago. Every evening at exactly 7 p.m., she makes herself a mini sandwich with a bit of turkey on warm, whole-grain toast. It's nothing fancy, just a small, familiar ritual that signals the end of the day. She doesn't count sheep or sip tea anymore. That sandwich is her ticket to dreamland. She says it's the warmth of the toast, the softness of the turkey, and the peaceful routine that makes it all work. There's something deeply soothing about the simplicity of it. No screens, no noise, just her and that tiny sandwich as the sun goes down. Before long, she's tucked in, drifting off as easily as if someone dimmed the lights and whispered a lullaby. In a world filled with sleep aids, bedtime apps, and endless advice, sometimes the best solutions are the quietest ones. A mini turkey sandwich may not sound revolutionary, but for those like May, it's a small habit that brings big peace. No side effects, no prescriptions, just food doing what it's meant to do. Nourish, comfort, and care. You've probably tried all the usual tricks, cutting out caffeine, meditating before bed, maybe even counting sheep. But when your head hits the pillow and your mind refuses to slow down, it can feel like nothing works. That's the frustration of restless nights, doing everything right and still staring at the ceiling, wondering what you missed. What if the answer wasn't in complicated routines or expensive supplements, but something far more natural, something your body actually understands? The truth is, sleep doesn't have to be a battle. Your body wants to rest. It's built for it. But as you age, things shift. Hormones change, stress lingers longer, and your system doesn't respond the way it used to. That doesn't mean you're broken. It means you need a different kind of support, something aligned with how your body works now, not how it did 10 years ago. That's where real food comes in. Not trendy powders or mystery pills, but simple, everyday foods backed by science and time. These aren't magical fixes or new age fads. They're quiet, natural helpers that gently nudge your body back into rhythm. A handful of the right snack in the evening or a small change at dinner can signal to your brain that it's safe to power down. No forcing it, no groggy mornings, just a subtle shift, like your body exhaling after holding its breath for too long. And the best part? You've already got what it takes. These foods aren't foreign to your system. They're familiar, comforting, and deeply effective. Maybe that's why you're still reading, because deep down, you're tired of chasing sleep like it's something to be earned. You want it to feel natural again, like it used to. And it can. Not with hype, not with empty promises, but with real gentle changes that respect the way your body operates now. You've tried forcing it. You've tried ignoring it. What if you just supported it instead? So tonight, make a small choice. Try just one of these sleep-friendly foods. Let your body feel that shift, not as an experiment, not as a last resort, but as a quiet act of care. Your body remembers how to rest. It hasn't forgotten. It just needs the right reminder. Let tonight be the beginning of that gentle return.